Good morning. Thank you for joining us for our morning motivation presented by the FBC Ministerial staff.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. For this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I am Reverend James Rolack, and I have come this morning to give you a word of inspiration. My word of inspiration to you today: when you give your best to Jesus. Have you ever seen a time in your life when you know you have done everything you could to do your best, but it just seems like it was not enough? In the 14th chapter of the Gospel of Mark, Mary, the sister of Martha and Lazarus, she goes into the home of Simon the leper to anoint his body for the crucifixion and his burial. And note, there's only a couple other times when she is mentioned in the gospel, and every time she's mentioned, she's at the feet of Jesus blessing him. In the 10th chapter of Luke, Martha invites Jesus into her home, and Mary leaves the kitchen and goes and sits at the feet of Jesus. And Martha complains that she had left her to do much serving, but Jesus protects her. And then in the 11th chapter of John, when Jesus goes to Bethany, he goes there to raise Lazarus from the dead. And so before he get to the house, he get to a certain place, and Martha goes out, and then Mary goes out. When Mary goes out, the Jews come out, and they find Mary at the feet of Jesus, and she was blessing him. Days before the Passover celebration, Mary goes into Simon Peter's house and Simon's house to anoint Jesus, and she has an alabaster box of a very precious ointment. And what she does, she break that bottle to anoint Jesus, and then Judas start complaining, why was not this precious ointment sold and the money given to the poor? And Jesus protects her in that 6th verse. Leave her alone. And then he praises her in that 8th verse, for she have done a good work unto me for my burial. And finally in that 9th verse, he promotes her, for wherever this gospel is preached, it shall be mentioned of her for a memorial. So whenever you give your best to Jesus, he will give his best to you. When you give your best, it might not be what everybody else gives, but it has to be your best. And God will protect you. When you give your best to Jesus, he will praise you. And when you give your best to Jesus, he will promote you. My brothers and sisters, there may be someone that is doing everything you can to give your best. And when your life seems like it's falling apart, continue to give your best, and God will protect you. He will praise you, and he will promote you. My brothers and sisters, Jeremiah said in Lamentation 3:26, it is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait patient for the Lord. So whatever your situation is, whatever you're going through, give your best to Jesus, and he will give his best to you. May God bless you, and may heaven keep you. God bless you.
Thank you for joining us for another moment of inspiration. It is our prayer that you have been motivated, encouraged, and inspired by today's word.